Good morning, Broncos. It's Friday, February 25th, 2022, Assembly Schedule. Welcome to the Bronco News. I'm Ivan.
And I'm Addison, and I'll take your news. Interested in playing spring soccer? If so, please come to the info meeting after school on Tuesday in the library. Softball and track practices begin on Monday. You must be registered and have a current physical. Are you wearing your mask properly, Broncos?
Broncos, wear your mask right. Don't be like Addison.
Wait, what?
Are you wearing your mask right?
Yeah.
Okay then, good. I'll take the rest of your news. Support the people of Tonga who have suffered from the volcanic eruption. Donate canned foods and bottled waters to the main office and library. And now Lindsay with Bronco Sports.
Today in Bronco Sports, we have boys JV basketball at Milwaukee at 4:15 p.m. And we also have girls basketball home versus Milwaukee at 4 and 5:30 p.m. Lastly, we have varsity boys basketball home versus Milwaukee at 7:15 p.m. And it is their senior night. And now Ivan with the rest of your news.
Thank you, Lindsay. Last chance to purchase your winter formal tickets at lunch. The dance is tomorrow, Broncos. And now it's time for your daily dose of Bronco trivia.
Let's see what we have for today.
The Snickers candy bar was named after what in 1929? A, a clown, B, a horse, C, a chef, or D, a scientist?
I'm going to go with a clown.
I'm going to go with a clown too.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, let's see what the answer is. And the answer is B, the family horse owned by Frank and Ethel Mars.
Interesting. I thought I was hoping for clowns.
Yeah, I don't really know who would name a horse Snickers.
You know, if it was a clown, it would have been.
Okay, well, coming up next is the Rose Festival Assembly video, Broncos. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Welcome, Park Rose Broncos, to our 2022 Rose Festival Assembly. We are so proud of our 4 candidates and cannot wait to hear what they have to say today. At this point, I am going to turn it over to our 2 wonderful MCs, Brandon and Kalia. Thank you so much.
Good morning, my name is Brandon Nguyen.
And I'm Kalia Jabi.
Welcome to our 2022 Rose Festival Assembly, COVID style. In December, interested junior and senior girls submitted a scholarship application to the Portland Rose Festival Foundation. The scholarship criteria included completing at least 20 hours of community service and a GPA of 3.0 or higher. On Saturday, February 5th, the candidates completed online judging, including a 3-minute speech reflecting this year's theme, 2022 Rose City Reunion, and answering questions from a panel of 7 judges. Each of our candidates has spent many hours in preparation for this assembly. Please listen closely to their presentation and show Bronco respect.
Please welcome Princess Candidate Number 1, Cara Hatton. Cara plans to attend Portland State University and major in philosophy and journalism. Cara activities at Park Rose include being a counselor at summer camp and through outdoor school. In her free time, Cara is active in her church and enjoys spending time with friends and family, reading and writing poetry. Cara favorite Rose Festival activities is all the festival parades. Cara, what does Rose City Reunion mean to you?
When I put in my application to run for the court, I was most excited to meet all the new people who are involved in the community. Growing up in Portland, Oregon, really showed me how beautiful the community and the people are in it. Not only can we bring a bunch of beautiful women together, we can inspire other people to be involved in their community as well. There are so many families and people struggling, so by giving them any necessities like food, clothing, or anything that they do need that will help them and the community out so well. Portland isn't perfect, but it is beautiful and unique. We can't make Portland perfect in any kind of way, but together we can make a change and we can make a difference. Not only do we need to give to people who are in need, we can also volunteer in local businesses, retirement homes, and even do as little as grow a public and local garden. Becoming Rose Princess doesn't just mean wearing a pretty dress on a float. It means being one with the community. Ever since I was a little girl, I would attend the parades each year, watching float by float go by. Every time the Rose Festival float would go by, I would stare in awe, dreaming that that would be me one day. So to be a part of this amazing opportunity is such a blessing to me. It's so wonderful to see so many beautiful women coming together to be a future candidate. I would love to inspire other women to be a future candidate as well. During my sophomore year, my school has announced that they will be shutting down for a couple of days due to COVID. A couple of days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. Families struggled and students were stressed. Things started to open back up. Families and students were starting to recover. Whoever thought that a couple of days would turn to a couple of years? I thought I was going to be living like this for the rest of my life. Quarantine became the new normal, and when things started to recover, it really inspired me to help and push to help other people who were still struggling. So me and my church, we went out by giving people who were in need anything that they did need. So whenever I think about what does Rose City Reunion mean to me, I simply think about the strong people and the strong community. Thank you.
Carolyn will now choose an impromptu question.
If someone had ever been to Portland, where would you take them and why?
I would take them to downtown Portland because growing up, I would always attend downtown and I would just stare and look and just be inspired of how beautiful downtown really is. Portland is perfect, well not perfect, but it is beautiful. And I would love to just take somebody out here to really show them how beautiful it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. Please welcome Princess Candidate Number 2, Kennedy Phillips. Kennedy plans to attend a four-year university and study liberal arts. Kennedy's activities at Park Rose include BSU, Key Club, Jobs 101, student panels, Avid, Eagle Caddy, Mesa, and leadership. When not busy with all these activities, Kennedy likes to stay active, playing sports and her passion of music. Kennedy's favorite Rose Festival activity is all the parades. Kennedy, what does Rose City Reunion mean to you?
Rose City Reunion to me means quite literally a family gathering or reunion. It's a time for community celebration and to go out and to have fun. I remember when I was a little girl, I used to go to all the parades with my family, and I remember getting a random balloon from a clown and sword fighting with my brother. I also remember getting bubbles and having seen the parade walk down the street. It's not every day you get to see a bedazzled horse, colorful floats, or even large groups of bands and people playing together. It takes a community to make this entire thing go off, and this is why it's such. This is what it means to me: happiness and community. It takes a community to pull one off, and it also brings happiness to many people, and that is what Rose City Reunion means to me: happiness and community.
Kennedy will now answer an impromptu question.
What time period would you like to visit and why?
A time period I would like to visit is about 5 to 10 years from now. I would like to see myself in the future and see who I've become and who I've grown up to be as a woman, and that would be a time period I would like to visit.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Thank you.
Please welcome Princess Candidate number 3, Drea Shelton. Drea plans to attend an HBCU and earn a degree in business and marketing with a future goal of becoming a marketing manager for a big company. Drea's activities at Park Rose include cheer, BSU, NHS, Avid, and SEI. For fun, Drea loves anything involving music as well as watching movies and reading. Drea's favorite Rose Festival activity is the Starlight Parade. Drea, what does the Rose City Reunion mean to you?
My earliest memory of a Rose City event dates back to 5th grade, when the word quarantine only referred to obscure alien TV shows and masks were only subject to doctors and dentists. Social distancing wasn't a thing, and the only vaccine I knew of was for the flu. Back then and now, every kid wanted to attend the Starlight Parade, including me. And the thrill of this special event never dimmed due to its high significance for me. I remember kids slowly trickling out of the classroom on that warm, sunny afternoon of the Starlight Parade. I was anxious as to when my grandma would come get me and my little sister to take us too. She came, and my young heart exalted. I was ready. We arrived, and the streets were packed with lounge chairs, bubbles, and concession stands everywhere. Little kids played tag and hopscotch as parents laid out blankets and snacks for their family's delight. The night grew dimmer and the parade started. My eyes got big with every neon light, bright color, and act I saw. I was eager to see the Rose Festival princesses striding on their floats, pretty dresses, and tiaras, hoping that'd be me one day. The night ended, and I was already excited as to what would come of next year. That all ended in 2020, along with every other social normality the world knew. My 2-week spring break turned into the rest of my freshman and entire sophomore year spent online. Masks were and still are an essential, and cabin fever struck me and my community heavily. Time moved entirely too slow. Lockdowns happened every couple of weeks, and every indoor place had a limited capacity sign on its door. Summer came quickly, but the normality of the world still hadn't returned. With all these restrictions known to keep our world as safe as possible, we still couldn't come together the way we used to. And I believe I speak for my community when I say we really wanted it to. As we adjusted to our new normal, still distanced and masked, some of our favorite community functions were able to be brought back on. The Good in the Hood Parade, Portland Film Festival, Pride, and more. Although exciting, for the past 2 years, all Rose Festival events have been canceled due to COVID. That meant no more City Fair, Rose on concerts, and my childhood favorite, the Starlight Parade. I am honored to be one of Park Rose's 2022 Rose Festival candidates and be given the opportunity to participate in something that meant and still means so much to me and my community. I'm thrilled that we can have a sense of normality again and bring back things that'll give kids just as much excitement as it did me. It's been rough these past 2 years, but things like this give us hope and joy for the future. And I'm excited for this year's reunion because it really will be a reunion. Thank you.
Drea will now answer an impromptu question.
If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
If I could visit anywhere in the world, it would probably be like Paris. I've always wanted to visit like the Eiffel Tower or somewhere like that. Ever since I was younger, I want to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Drea. Please welcome Princess Candidate number 4, Amaya Warren. Amaya plans to attend an HBCU and study business management with a future goal of starting her own clothing line catered to more realistic body types. Amaya's activities at Park Rose include volleyball, cheer, basketball, BSU, Peacemakers, and NHS. In her spare time, Amaya loves to practice her sports and hang out with her family. Amaya's favorite Rose Festival activity is the Starlight Parade. Amaya, what does Rose City Reunion mean to you?
When I think of Rose City Reunion, I think of the parades. Whether it's the Starlight, Good in the Hood, or the Grand Floral Parade, they're all what I would call a reunion. No matter what I did when I went to these parades, I would always bump into somebody I haven't seen in a long time. I'd be able to rekindle friendships and make new bonds. One example of this Rose City Reunion would be the Good in the Hood Parade. When I go there, it's different generations and different people all the time. Whether it's someone's booth or just family bumping into family, it's what I would call a Rose City Reunion. One way you can be a part of a Rose City Reunion is by simply going to the parades, the events, and anything hosted by the Rose Festival. Thank you.
Amaya will now answer an impromptu question.
How would you describe the Rose Festival to someone who is not from Portland?
One way I would describe it is as an event or a host that hosts events for people to go to citywide. For example, my sister, she ran for Rose Festival, and when I became a part of her experience, it was just something to always remember. It's honestly an experience and something you can enjoy whenever you come to Portland. Thank you.
Thank you, Amaya. Let's give another round of applause to all of our candidates. On behalf of the court, we'd like to thank the following people and sponsors: Abby's Closet, Mr. Metz and the stage crew, Mr. Stupak, Mr. Goodlet, and the video crew. Without their assistance, today's assembly would not be possible. You, the student body, will be voting on the following candidates. Candidate number 1, Cara Hatton. Candidate number 2, Kennedy Phillips. Candidate number 3, Drea Shelton. And candidate number 4, Amaya Warren.
Your judging is based on character, presence, and communication. The candidate you select will receive a $3,500 college scholarship and be Park Rose's representative to serve the city of Portland and possibly as the Queen of Rosaria for the year of 2022. You will be able to vote once via your Park Rose email address. The link to vote has been shared and voting is currently open. Please remember when you cast your vote today that this is not a popularity contest. Please give careful consideration to your vote. The Rose Festival judges' scores will be combined with your vote and our princess will be selected. On Thursday, March 3rd, our 2021 princess, Natalie Mathers, will crown our 36th Park Rose princess. The crowning will happen in a small assembly and the result will be shared over the intercom and a video will go out over social media. Please take this time now to log into your Park Rose email and cast your vote.